afternoon, everyone. Kamusta po kayo? Tambay muna kayo dito hanggang alas 3. Ako po, si Denise.
Ako naman po si Lord De Vera. Kumakaway-kaway na ang weekend. Yakapit lang. And we, while keeping serious, are keeping things light. Welcome to Afternoon Delight.
Okay, Thursday, January 16. Medyo GV akong today dahil ang ating delight of the day ay sinigang na baboy na hinirit ko lang kahapon. Nagkatotoo.
Meron ka pang hindi binabasa sa prompter, oh.
Ay, meron pa. Ayun na nga. Woohoo!
Yan. Huwag mo kakalimutan yung wuhu. Mahalaga yan.
Oh. Lord, bukas, Lotto. Sana Lotto, ang delight of the day. Baka
Lotto?
Oo, manalo sa Lotto. Lotto numbers, please.
Paano ka mananalo kung hindi ka naman tumataya?
Tay, di tataya ako mamaya.
Yan ang rule sa buhay. Oo. Hindi ka mananalo if you don't bet.
Yun.
Pero okay na tayo sa crispy pata bukas.
Pwede
O pwede
rin.
rin lumpia na iba-iba yung sauces. ano?
Napasilip. Napasilip.
Baka lang magkaroon tayo ng lumpia na iba-iba yung mga sarsa.
Ay, parang masarap din yun. Teka, titikim ako ng ano. Natikman mo na yung sayo eh.
Oo, bisperas na ng weekend, ika nga. Bisperas na ng Friday. So, habang tinitikman na Tita Denise, anong gusto mo sa sinigang? Gusto mo yung maasim ba?
Gusto ko yung maasim na maasim.
Gusto ko yung isa dyan sa yung sinigang na corned beef.
Sinigang na corned beef? Hindi ko pa
Hindi mo pa
natatry yun.
natatry?
No.
Ay, nako, ate, talaga.
Ay, oo. I have not lived
Yung
there.
restaurant na yon ay parang wine, kumbaga, papasampulin ka kung bibigyan ka ng isang maliit na lalagyan from which you can sip and
Saan banda
try.
to?
Sentro.
Oo.
Oo, tapos titingnan kung sapat na sa'yo yung asim or konti pa o bawasan bago nila tirahin yung buong broth sa'yo. Normally, in-order ko yon plus yung kanilang super garlicky na
Ano?
galunggong.
Shucks, parang ang sarap-sarap naman ng mga binabanggit.
Yes.
Pero
Teka,
gusto
baka
ko-
maggalunggong sila bukas, wag.
Ay, pero gusto ko rin yun.
Gusto mo rin yun? Okay, sa isang
Oo.
kondisyon.
Ano?
Tostado.
Okay lang. Gusto ko
Yung
yung...
nakakagat ko yung ulo.
Pero gusto ko yung galunggong na ganon, tostado. Tapos gusto ko yung merong itlog na pula at may kamatis na nakamash. Okay na ako kahit walang munggo.
Nakahalo ba doon sa galunggong?
Ha? Hindi, nakahiwalay.
Nakahiwalay?
Oo,
Linawin mo.
Nakahiwalay na.
Mamaya gawing sarsa yun.
Nakahiwalay. Uy, nung college ako, madalas ko yun Parang ano namin yon, parang treat namin yon. I don't know why,
Galunggong?
oo. Hindi kasi nakakatamad magluto eh. Magluluto pa kami ng kanin, tapos
Yes. At saan ba kayo UST ba kayo talaga? Kaya pala hindi kayo nagcha-champion.
Hoy, ang kapal! Champion kami!
Champion sila.
Hindi, kasi it's easy for us to get food dahil may supply ng pagkain.
Yes.
So parang sa amin, yung guilty
So, kayo
pleasure
magluluto?
namin, kami yung parang maglalaan kami ng oras para magluto, o kaya yung as simple as
Alam ko na nangyari.
di ba?
Sinukuan kayo ng kusina ninyo, no?
Medyo, alam mo naman.
Binubulabog nyo sila ng
Oo.
hating gabi, pues. Ito na isang buong rice cooker kayo bahala.
Uy, alam mo nangyari sa amin yan. Merong sikat na restaurant before.
Okay.
Yung Japanese restaurant na Only Rice.
Meron ganun?
Oo. Tapos, may umiikot lang na mag-aalok ng extra rice. At one point, isang buong team kami, mga babae to, isang 14 kami. Iniwan.
Nakakahiya
Iniwan
kayo.
yung isang buong.
Wala na kayong mga dangal
Hoy,
talaga.
bakit naman? Hoy, grabe. Ang haba naman ng training
Iniwan
namin.
na lang yung rice cooker.
Oo, kasi balik siya ng balik.
Nakita na
Pero
sa
kasi,
hubog nito mga to.
hindi.
Yari tayo.
Kasi nga, isang buong table kami, 14 kami dun sa table.
Ayun naman pala.
Oo.
Ano ulam nyo nun?
Ay, di mga kung ano-anong mga tungkatso siguro. Ewan ko.
Alamang.
Hindi ko na maalala.
Baka minsan sarsa na ng katapat. Pero dito mo makikita ang gaano kakapal yung balat ng galunggong. Marami kasi nagluluto, akala nila parang sunog na. Hindi. Huwag kayong matakot. Kung akala niyo tostadong-tostado na yun, hindi pa yan tostado.
Itodo nyo pa.
Dahil napakakapal ng balat ng galunggong. Kaya nga hindi mo siya pwedeng gawin sa sashimi. Di ba? Kasi una, it's one of those class C, class D na mga isda na tawag nila. Na nung araw, ay, yun nga, di ba? Pinakaabot kayang halaga ng masa, ay galunggong. Ngayon, hindi na. Oo. Thank you, China.
Oh.
Yung susunog sa
Nako,
baba.
oo. Ilang araw natin nadidinig.
Iyan.
Oh.
Oo. So, parang gusto ko rin ka ng galunggong mamaya.
Diba? Tapos mainit na mainit
Anong
na
sausawan ng
kanin.
galunggong mo?
Ay, ako wala. Hindi nga ako mahilig magsawsawan, di ba sabi ko sa'yo?
Ay, ganun.
Oo, so laban ako doon na na galunggong.
Sa bagay.
Yung iba toyo mansi.
Yan.
Oo.
Kung properly salted naman kasi yung pagkakaprito niyo sa galunggong, hindi mo na kailangan ng
Ako ganun lang. Tapos yung alat ko, kinukuha ko dun sa itlog na maalat.
Ah, kaya.
Oo, kaya gustong-gusto ko yung combo na yon.
May protein pa, no? Ako naman, kasi may inherent lansa pa rin kahit papano yung galunggong. So yung kalamansi sa toyo, siya yung nagpapabalanse sa lahat. May sili. Bang!
Dinidiscuss
At hindi nila ginagalaw yung mga ulo, ako'y kukuha ng ulo. Sa Tagalog, give me head. Mali.
Mali.
Sa English pala yun. Akin na yung mga ulo ng galunggong ninyo.
Sige.
Kaya mo ba?
Kaya ko pa. Pigil nga. Pero sige, here are some stories we're following on social media. Unahin natin on the Associated Press. Biden warns in farewell address that an oligarchy of ultra-rich in U.S. threatens future of democracy.
Grabe naman.
Biden also touted the Gaza ceasefire deal in his final address from the Oval Office. Let's watch this.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from the Oval Office. Before I begin, let me speak to important news from earlier today. After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, by my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas, the elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year. This plan was developed and negotiated by my team and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be, working together as Americans. This will be my final address to you from the American people from the Oval Office, from this desk as president. And I've been thinking a lot about who we are and maybe more importantly, who we should be. Long ago in New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers, stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France after our Civil War. Like the very idea of America, it was built not by one person, but by many people, from every background and from around the world.
Parang masigla siya ngayon. Ano?
Parang okay yung ano niya. 15 minutes yung itinagal nito, but again, it was basically also him saying that he wants a peaceful transition daw of power without actually mentioning the name of Donald Trump.
Yun nga lang, binanggit mo yung pangalan na yan. Isa sa malungkot, halimbawa, na magiging legacies ni Biden, ano? Although, granted, no? Inayos yung ekonomiya, very complex yung kanyang economic system na ginawa, ano? Sa nakaraang 4 years. Kaya, buong mundo noon, nagsasuffer economically, Amerika hindi. Maganda yung ekonomiya na naging robust. Pero yun nga lang, i-view yung kanyang presidency as parang ano lang, parang kumbaga interregnum lamang or parang intermission number para sa dalawang Trump presidencies. At masakit yun, ha? Pero kanina, partner, bago pa pag-usapan ng lahat, may sinabi siya tungkol sa yung peace deal at malaking issue ito. So finally, nagkaroon ng ceasefire, nag-broker ang Amerika ng ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. So, ano-ano ba ang mga involved dito na mga kasunduan? Magpo-pull out ang Israel sa Gaza in exchange for ang pagbabalik ng lahat ng mga remaining hostages. Meron daw 94 at least eh. Pero it is believed that may 24 yata sa kanila patay na. Yan ang sabi.
Oo.
So magpo-pull out ang Israel from Gaza, pero kita mo naman, this again, October 7, 2023, marami nagsasabi na bakit ngayon pa? no? Parang too late the hero. Kasi kung ito ay na-broker nila ng maaga-aga, mas maganda sana yung legacy na maiiwan ito para sa Biden administration. Ngayon, ito namang si Donald Trump, of course, or pareho silang nagkiklaim that they are behind the success of the
Yes,
deal.
of course.
Of the peace agreement, ano? Of course, si Trump sabi niya, kaya pumayag yung mga yan dahil papasok na ako ulit. Si Biden naman, tinanong ng mga reporters, parang, who do you think is responsible? Ganun daw si Biden. Are you kidding? Gumanon pa daw siya. So parang medyo napikon si Biden. Again, partner, meron tong shades. At sinasabi nila, ayon sa article na ito, no? Bigla ko nga naisip yung 1980 inauguration ni Ronald Reagan. Kasi kung, lalo yung Argo, no? Yung,
Yes, oo.
set against the backdrop of the Iranian Islamic Revolution. Meron kasi mga na-hostages. May mga hostage from the American Embassy. At yung pagbabalik ng mga hostages na yon, supposedly, eto si Carter natalo sa eleksyon at ang papasok daw ng mga Republicans under Reagan ay nagkaroon daw ng deals with the Ayatollah. Well, some of the Iranians na i-delay muna yung pagpaparelease sa mga hostages in time for the Reagan oath-taking. So, a few hours after nanumpa si Reagan, biglang in-announce na babalik na yung mga hostages. So, ang sabi raw, this is believed, this was done to spite Jimmy Carter. So, ang tanong, parang, kung si Biden ang nag-announce ito, marami pa siguro tayong malalaman na kung ano ng mga nangyari sa likod niyan. Pero may parinig ang lolo mo, ha?
Oh, may parinig na naman.
Parinig kay Elon Musk at iba pang mga oligarchs. Ano sabi
Sa
niya
kabila.
kanina? Oo. Parinig siya na oligarchy of the ultra-rich. Sino-sino yung mga yan, Tita D?
Ay, sila-silang mga nandun. Elon Musk, kasama rin naman yon sa ultra-rich. Sabi niya nga, there is a dangerous concentration of power daw. Because ultra-rich na daw yung mga, or ultra-wealthy people na yung nandun and the hands of the country, of course. So meron daw possible dangerous consequences if there is abuse of power left unchecked. Yun ang sabi.
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, sabi nga.
Okay, sige. Punta naman tayo sa ating susunod na storya. Ito on CNN.com. Why some structures may have withstood the Los Angeles area wildfires while those next door burned to the ground.
Bakit nga ba?
Ayan ang alamin natin, dahil nakita naman natin yung ginawa nung wildfires dito. Ano ba siya? Dahil ba siya sa I think it's because of the the material used. Ito, design and construction preparation. Ayan, heavily depends on its construction, ang sabi. Encourage harden their homes. So sabi, this can include building retrofitting, so yung roof, yung walls, yung windows, kasama mo na yung garahe, pati yung mga fences. Dapat daw flame-resistant materials like concrete and steel. So ito yung binabanggit ko the other day na madalas kasi, yung mga ginagamit nila is hindi necessarily bato. Like their walls. Kahit yung kanilang wall na panglabas mismo ng bahay, yung four corners of their houses, hindi madalas na semento ang ginagamit. Ano bang tawag sa kahoy na yun? Taraflex ba tawag doon? Or basta it's wood. Basically, it's wood. If you get a hammer and you try to destroy it, you can.
Parang hardy flex.
Parang hardy flex.
Nasusunog din yun.
Ha?
Nasusunog din yun.
Kaya nga, that's what they use there. Oo, majority yun ang ginagamit.
Hindi na totoong kahoy kasi ngayon, sa panahon ngayon, bihirang at mahal ang totoong kahoy. So, ang paggamit daw ng mga materials like konkreto, at bakal. Kung tutuusin mo, anong simbahan sa Maynila ang may ganyan? Ang San Sebastian Church. Talagang halos puro bakal yan kasi ilang sunog kalaban ng bakal. Pero may isang architect na nag-post sa X or aka Twitter na ito ang classic example na pag pinag-isipan mo yung yari yung material
Ayan,
use.
oo.
Ang kapitbahay niya, sunog. Siya,
Zoomin
hindi.
natin, pakita natin para makita nila yung diferensya.
Sige.
Ayan. So ito po yung bahay na minimension ng architect, buong buo hanggang sa kanyang fences, sa roof, nothing. Pero yung kabila, kotse na lang ang naiwan at syempre, ayan
Hindi
na
pa
nga ang
nga-
naging
wala
sitwasyon.
pang silbing kotse.
Oo. Pero talagang giba yung nasa kaliwa po at ito namang medyo nasa tabi ko ay buong buo.
Mhm. At hindi yan kahoy, sabi nila. If ever kahoy siya, ibang klaseng material yan. Kumbaga, ito rin yung tipo na kahit kailangan mo munang i-expose yung material na yan to fire in an hour. Ganon siya,
Baka
bago
yan yung-
siya
oh.
matupok.
Baka ito yung mga sobrang kapal na kahoy, kung sakali. Yung before, yung mga old school na structures na ganon. Pero hindi kasi even yung ito, like steel parts yung
Oh.
iba niyang
At mahalagang bagay din pala itong mga fences niya.
Concrete ang kanyang fences.
Kasi kumbaga, hayaan mo munang masunog yan. Or umanong apoy dyan bago umabot doon. Pero tingnan mo, di ba? Parang may
Wala.
kasunduan sila ni Satanas. Talagang untouched talaga siya. Yung nandun din sa gilid, wala rin.
Oo. And to think sa lakas ng hangin nun, pwedeng kung pumuntahin sa roof niya
Correct.
at sa kung ano-anong parte ng bahay niya. Kahit yung mga halaman niya nga, surprisingly,
Diba?
mukhang okay pa.
Alam mo ba, ang sabi nila, sabi ng architect na, medyo mas mahal siya ng konti than the usual material, by 2% hanggang 13%. Oo. May ginagawa sila eh. Pero at least naman, di ba, yung pagre-reinforce sa ganyan, kaysa naman masunog ang buong bahay mo.
Kaya lang, ang tanong din dyan is, madami din kasi madami din kasi yung bumibili ng bahay. It's not necessarily like lote, tapos paggawa ng bahay.
Mm.
So kung
Existing
nagkataon,
structure na.
kung nagkataon, talagang you have to make an effort na medyo i-reinforce yung existing mong structure. Kung kahit papatsi-patsi muna, 'di ba? Pwedeng bubong muna
Sabi nga ng kasabihan, di ba? Mas mabuti ng manakawan ka,
kaysa masunugan.
sunugan.
Oo.
At yun mo ginawa sa Pilipinas. Ninakawan.
Sunog na rin ng pasensya nating lahat.
Ay, hindi pa.
Hindi pa ba?
Oo. Niniwala pa rin sa unity.
Okay.
Yan.
This is also being talked about on social media. SM Mega Mall has dismissed and banned from its premises a security guard involved in a viral video. In a statement, the mall expressed regret over the quote, unacceptable incident involving the security personnel and a young girl selling sampaguita outside the premises. The video shows the guard shooing away the girl and destroying some of her flowers. The girl is seen defending her remaining garlands as the guard tried to remove her. SM Mega Mall confirmed that an investigation into the matter is ongoing. The mall reaffirmed its commitment to inclusivity and strongly condemned the incident. Medyo nakakagulat, itong nakita nating video. Pero ang sabi din ng ng kanilang announcement, the security guard daw, the security personnel, is dismissed, but not only that, he is also banned from any and all of the SM establishments.
Talaga? Paano naman kung inutos lang sa kanya yun? Di ba? May mga pagkakataon talaga na tumatiming ang mga bagay-bagay.
Oo.
Nagkataon siguro na hindi natin alam na bang may mga backstories pa. Although, aminin natin, hindi magandang optics yung sinisira mo yung...
Yung sampagita.
Oo. Lalo na ang kalaban mo pa ay batang babae. Ika nga ng isang kasabihan, never get between a human being and his meal. So sa ganong usapin, syempre, mainit yung ulo ng guard, mainit din yung ulo ng batang babae. Pero walang kalaban-laban. Yung optics pa rin. Again, for all we know, ilang beses nang sinabihan yung batang babae na,
Yung reaction kasi, yung reaction na paghila ng sampagita at pagsira ng sampagita, pwedeng meron pang storya before that happened. Nagkataon na yun nga lang yung nakuha. But also, we have to question now, paano ba ang nagiging sistema ng pagtitrain dun sa mga personnel. Kasi 'di ba merong mga iba sinasabi nila maximum tolerance. So that falls on, I don't know, siguro yung agency o dapat ba may extra step ba pagpasok nila sa management naman ng SM to make sure na
oo.
gano'n?
Kinakabahan ako kanina, partner, nung pinakita mo yung video ng unang-unang pagkakataon. Akala ko may gagawin pa yung guard. May hawak kasi shotgun.
Inusod eh. Hinawakan eh.
Okay,
Diba?
instinctive. Pero alam mo, marami mga foreigners na kaibigan ako na nagugulat sila na bakit may mga shotgun yung security guard sa fast food.
Oo. Nasashock sila actually na lahat daw ng mall ay merong security guard at meron nung metal detector.
Meron bang experience dito recently ng terrorist acts or mass shooting?
Doon.
Dito? Dito?
Oh, ano ba? Wala naman, di ba?
We rest our case. Oo. Pero again, ito nakikita natin kanina na batang babae, ito yung mga classic, whether totoo o hindi. No? Parang, madalas kasi pag kumakatok yan sa mga sasakyan, ang gagawin natin ay kakatok lang tayo pabalik. Diba? Pero may bahagi kasi noon na mukhang hindi na nag-work yung style ng rejection natin. Ang ginagawa nila ay naka-uniform.
Yes.
At lalong-lalo na pagdating ng gabi, sasabihin nila, pang baon lang po. No? So, mapipilit ka bumili. Or bibili mo lahat yung hawak ng sampagita. Ganon. Kaibigan ko naman, si Jude Sabayton, sinasabi niya, sasabihan niya yung bata na, huwag mo sabihin na para may pangkain lang, pambaon. Sabihin mo, bili po kayo ng sampagita kasi ito po yung pinakamabango, pinakamagandang sampagita sa buong mundo. Para ang panggagalingan ay hindi punto de vista ng awa, kundi yung merits nung binibenta mo.
Correct.
Yan.
Oy, pero again, we're not discouraging people to want to buy or want to help if ever. Depende
Correct.
na po sa inyo yan. Ako naman, ang stance ko kasi dyan is whether totoo man yun o hindi ko naman ikakayaman yung 10 pisong maiaabot ko. May sampagita pa akong isasabit sa aking Mama Mary.
Aba, ikaw ba sa kotse, sinagsasabit ka ng gano'n?
Hindi, usually hindi. Pero when I get home, kahit dito sa sinestayan ko dito, is meron akong maliit na Mama Mary where I put it. So okay lang sa akin. Kasi yung 10 piso, minsan nga,
Wala nang 10 piso ngayon.
meron.
Saan?
10 piso pa rin yung mga nabibili ko.
Binabarat mo yata yung...
Hindi,
mga bibenta
maninipis kasi yung bigay nila. Parang isang strand lang talaga.
Normally, 20 yan eh. O baka humihirit ka ng 10, bibigyan ka.
Hindi, pagkatanong ko lang magkano, 10, di bigay ng 10, sige. At least may sampagita ako.
Baka naman, 10 bigyan mo. 10 piso lang yan. Kundi,
Oo, magkatawaran pa kami. No? Mahal naman. O, sige.
Again, kindness pa rin. Kindness. No? Kindness. Kung mainit ang ulo mo, huwag mo sigurong idamay sa trabaho. Well, kasi minsan...
Mahirap magsabi din ng ganun eh, no? Oo.
Again, maximum tolerance, exercise kindness always. Ayan. Alright, Denise.
Oh.
Pinag-usapan natin kindness kanina.
Oh, okay.
Would you be so kind as to make butter naman?
Of course.
Our watchers
We will
while I eat?
Siyempre, binabati po namin lahat na nanonood sa ating live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Umpisahan natin, suki natin, Alex Fuentes, always listening, and si Ralph Domingo. Ang sabi niya, sarap ng sweater weather, the light of the day niya today. Perfect yung sabaw ng sinigang sa weather. Nico Cabales, of course. Tito Lord, Auntie Denise, hello daw. Tapos, Elmo Cardenas. Hi, Ma'am Denise and Sir Lord. Happy Thursday, more power to your show. Again, watching from Montalban, Rizal. Ito, ano ba itong si... Hello. Ay, wag yan. Okay. Rodel Alcantara, good PM to you both. Mukhang maganda.
Hindi mo binasa yun.
Mukhang maganda. Sit Lord sa sinigang na corned beef. Yung broth ng sinigang.
Sir. O, baka sir.
Sir. Maganda, Sir Lord, sinigang na corned beef, yung broth ng sinigang, magluluto sa corned beef mismo till halos madry ng konti. Kumbaga, may asim na hint sa corned beef.
Oy, hindi yan yung corned beef na nasa lata, sinasabi natin, ha? Ano talaga siya, no? Parang...
Yung block ng beef.
Yes, brisket part na... Ewan, may mabibili ba dito ng gano'n? Ng gano'ng kalambot? Bira yata. Hindi ko pa alam, maraming gumagawa ng nasa lata galing eh. I don't know how that works.
Nasa lata, yung ano na, yung shredded na. Interesting.
Ito naman, tikman natin minsan yung sinasabi ko.
Pero yung galing sa lata, parang okay din yun eh. Tapos
Huwag nang halian.
garlic rice lang ng katapat nun, tsaka itlog din.
Garlic
no?
rice ka?
Oo, mahilig
Ako
ako sa
puting
garlic.
kanin kasi parang sumosobra na yung lasa. Para masyado na nagka-clash.
Gusto ko yung garlic rice. Tapos medyo, yung garlic mo yung parang crispy na. Ay!
Ay, may tuturo ako sa technique. Masarap na garlic rice, gamit lamang ang rice cooker.
Totoo ba?
Yes.
Sige nga, masubukan
At
next time.
mas swabe ito. No? Kung gusto nyo mamaya i-share ko sa inyo, comment lang. Pero still ahead, naglipanan naman ang mga budol apps ngayong malapit ng eleksyon. And we have that story and more when we return. Magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight.
Mabuhay ang Santo Papa!
Nako, Pope John II, we love you. Alala ko kung nasan ako niyan, araw na yan. Nandun kami sa dark room ng Varsitarian. Pinag-aaralan yung mga images.
Wala pa eh. Wala pa akong malay niyan. Oh.
Bastos.
Okay, magandang hapon po
Ay,
muli sa inyo
elementary
lahat.
ganon?
Oo.
Hindi, kasi ito, napunta ng UST si Pope John Paul II para sa World Youth Day. No? At kami naatasan kami na, kumbaga, hindi ko nga alam kung bakit kami inano nun. So, per staff, meron kaming alaga ng mga delegates na I suppose mga student journalists din. So, sa Varsitarian sa UST, ang in-charge namin isang taga Nicaragua at
Okay.
isang Panamanian ata. Sinamahan namin sila pumunta sa SM Center Point. Sikat pa yung center.
Para saan?
Medyo hip pa yung Center Point.
Para
nun eh.
mamasyal o meron silang kailangan doon?
Bibili sila ng sandalyas. Para mga magpapari ata yung mga mokong na yun. Yo!
Okay, sige. Ang dami tayong pwede pang pag-usapan. Pero ito, here's a quick rundown first of some stories on One News. The National Price Coordinating Council urges the Department of Agriculture to declare a food security emergency for rice as local prices remain high. That's as the DA just announced that price of the RFA 25 variety will drop to 38 pesos per kilo starting Friday. This comes as global rice prices continue to decline. PVOX reports ash emissions from Canlaon volcano today at around 3:06 a.m. The gray plumes rose 500 meters above the summit. Canlaon remains under level 3, which indicates magmatic unrest. Former Senator Sonny Trillanes identifies 3 possible outcomes for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment. These are dismissal, a Senate trial in the current Congress, or trial in the next Congress. Meantime, individuals backing the first impeachment case against Duterte attended a mass at the EDSA Shrine Church this afternoon. These include ML Party List first nominee and former Senator Laila De Lima. And the Philippines and China are currently holding a bilateral consultation mechanism, or BCM, meeting in Xiamen today. Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo earlier vowed to raise concerns about the presence of China's monster ship near Zambales.
All right, and moving on to another story, President Marcos Jr. has ordered the restoration of funds for the Department of Tourism's Love the Philippines campaign. Malacanang also addressed other issues, including the removal of Congressman Zaldico from the House Appropriations Committee. The details from Mobile Journal, Julie Baiza.
Wala kaming kwan dyan kasi executive kami.
Yan ang sagot ng Malacanang sa mga haka-hakang may kinalaman sila sa pagkakatanggal kay Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldico bilang chairperson ng House Committee on Appropriations. Sa tanong naman kung ano ang napag-usapan sa naging dinner ng mga senador kasama sina PBBM at First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos sa Malacanang noong Lunes,
I don't know because that's usually a very social and private affair.
Una nang sinabi ni Senate President Cheese Escudero na bahagi ito ng regular o seasonal gathering sa pagitan ng mga miyembro ng Senado at ng Pangulo. Hindi raw napag-usapan ng politika sa pagtitipon, partikular ang maugong na pagpapatalsik sa pwesto kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero heto raw ang sigurado. Pinababalik daw ng Pangulo sa Department of Budget and Management ang 400 milyong pisong branding budget na tinanggal sa Department of Tourism.
It doesn't hurt that we have people like Sophronia winning The Voice, we have all of this, that we have Kaloy Yulo winning the Olympics. All of these things that our people are doing, that's great for the Philippines. And then we're still living off the wonderful performance of Filipino health workers during COVID. Hanggang ngayon, hindi na makakalimutan yun. And that's our rep. So sayang naman if we lose momentum. So the solution is to take the 400.
Huhuguti ng 400 milyong piso mula sa contingency fund ng Pangulo. Kamakailan, sinabi ng DOT na malaki ang magiging epekto ng tinanggal na branding at promotions budget ng ahensya ngayong 2025. Nakalaan kasi ito para sa Love the Philippines campaign ng DOT. Mobile Journal Julie Baiza po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Countdown to the May 12 local and national elections, 116 days to go. Here are some stories we're watching. COMELEC spokesperson Rex Laudianco says they may use savings or request supplemental funds from Congress. That's to complete ballot printing by the first week of April. The poll body had to suspend the printing of ballots and discard the 6 million it already printed following the Supreme Court's order to reinstate 5 disqualified candidates on the ballot. Meantime, the COMELEC says it cannot penalize candidates for premature campaigning under current laws. Laudianco also explains that there's no law regulating social media campaign, although COMELEC has a resolution requiring the registration of online platforms with election themes. The Philippine National Police has arrested 85 gun ban violators since the election period began on January 12. These include AFP personnel, a Bucor staff, and several civilians. The PNP has also recalled 674 police bodyguards connected with COMELEC to ensure non-partisan security ahead of the polls. Former Ilocos Sur Governor Chavit Singson has formally withdrawn his candidacy for senator in the upcoming elections. He earlier cited his health as a reason for the bow-out. Singson was recently hospitalized for pneumonia. And former Vice President Leni Robredo now acts as an active campaigner for ex-Senator Bam Aquino's upper chamber comeback bid. In a Facebook Live, Robredo rallied her supporters to back Aquino once the campaign period starts on February 11. She describes Aquino as a kuya or big brother who supported her during the 2022 presidential campaign.
And still on the 2025 midterm elections, authorities are closely monitoring mobile apps that may be used for vote buying. As to how, here's the story.
Authorities are closely monitoring 8 e-wallet platforms that could potentially be used for vote buying in the upcoming elections. These applications are not registered from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Admittedly, ginagamit pa rin ang different methods for vote buying.
Undersecretary Alexander Ramos, Executive Director of the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center or CICC, said these apps must be registered in the Philippines or be removed from mobile app marketplaces. They will also seek help from the telecom companies to ban access to these platforms to protect the public.
Na-detect namin ang daming bagong platforms ng anak kasi nakita nila kung na-control na, nasusuppress na sa registered platforms, gawa tayong bagong platform. Yun na ho ang ngayon ang ating in-address.
Meanwhile, the Commission on Elections or COMELEC said it is coordinating with various financial technology platforms, the BSP and the Anti-Money Laundering Council to bolster efforts against vote buying. The CICC has also urged the public to remain vigilant against scams this election season, including deep fakes.
Baka mamaya bigay ng kanilang personal information, yung pala, i-hijack yung account nila. Or yung account nila after ma-hijack, gagamitin sa Money Mule account.
In the past year, the Who's Call app recorded 6.15 million text scams and over 610,000 scam calls. For News 5, I'm Rhea Fernandez. We are One News.
At this point, let's see the global headlines this Thursday, January 16. Here's a news minute from the Associated Press.
This is AP News Minute. Crowds of joyful Palestinians took to the streets in southern Gaza Wednesday after mediators announced that Israel and Hamas had agreed to a ceasefire deal. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said that a ceasefire deal had not been reached. Millions of Southern Californians were on edge as winds began picking up during a final round of dangerous fire weather forecast for the region. Firefighters were out in the Westlake District early Wednesday spraying water on a billboard. The World Health Organization says an outbreak of suspected Marburg disease has killed at least 8 people in a remote part of northern Tanzania. Marburg virus originates in fruit bats and spreads between people through close contact with bodily fluids. And the Princess of Wales visited the hospital this week where she was previously treated for cancer. She offered her gratitude to the medical teams who helped her.
More on the fire still burning across Los Angeles and California. Wary and anxious residents are hoping for a favorable shift in the winds as firefighters battle the blazes that began on January 7. The massive inferno has destroyed thousands of homes and has killed at least 25 people, with about 30 missing. The fires, fueled by dry Santa Ana winds, have scorched 163 square kilometers of land and have knocked out power and stretched water resources in firefighting efforts.
A Reuters video journalist retraced the path taken by a YouTube influencer couple while on a walking tour of the Pacific Palisades last year. In this clip, we see the before and after of a neighborhood on LA's west side used to be filled with expensive homes and popular boutiques and cafes. Watch this. This is Afternoon Delight on One News. We just need to pause for another break. We'll be right back. And we're back. You're still watching Afternoon Delight. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's get you up to speed on the latest in sports. Ricky Vargas has been named chef de mission to the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. Vargas will represent the Philippine delegation during official ceremonies and meetings. He is a former Philippine Olympic Committee president and the current president of the Association of Boxing Alliances in the Philippines. Meantime, PLDT Smart Director Al Panlilio was also appointed chef de mission, this time for the Aichi Nagoya 2026 Asian Games in Japan. Panlilio is also the president of the Management Association of the Philippines, or MAP. And the action continues today in the PBA. Rain or Shine Lasso Painters will face off against Batang Pier Northport at 5 p.m. at the PhilSports Arena. Phoenix Fuel Masters will also take on the Magnolia Hotshots at 7:30 p.m. in the same venue.
Ito, partner. Gaano karaming tatak ng passport mo?
Nako, hindi pa nga masyado. Kailangan pang dagdagan.
Oo. Oh, attention embassies, ha? Ang partner ko, nagpaparinig. All right, a 36-year-old has become the youngest Filipina to visit all 193 countries using only her Philippine passport. And here's a story from Von Belenario.
Kung travel goals lang ang pag-uusapan, bibida ang 36-year-old Pinay from San Pablo City, Laguna na si Catch Medina umandap. Gumawa siya ng historic feat bilang first and youngest Filipino na nakapag-travel sa lahat ng 193 UN-recognized countries at 2 observer states gamit ang Philippine passport. Verified ito ng Nomad Mania, isang global group of worldwide travelers. Sinundan niya ang Phil-Americans na sina Odette Ricasa at Luisa Yu na naikot na ang mundo sa edad na 77 at 80. Sa kwentuhan namin ni Catch, sinabi niyang hindi pa rin siya makapaniwala na nakamit ang travel goals na tinrabaho niya ng 12 years.
Yeah, satisfied because alam mo kapag may sinabi ka sa buhay na sabi mo, gagawin ko yan. And in the end, you did it. Now, I feel like I can do anything else.
Nang nagtapos sa UP Los Baños noong 2009, nag-OJT si Catch sa Kuwait hanggang naging OFW siya sa Middle East noong 2013. Dahil sa kagustuhang libutin ng mundo, iniwan ni Catch ang corporate jobs at sinimulang maging digital nomad, kung saan pinagsasabay niya ang pagtatrabaho at pagtatravel. Kuwait ang kauna-unahang bansang kanyang pinuntahan. At kamakailan lang, ang huling bansang kumumpleto sa kanyang travel goals ay ang Sudan. Pero ang tanong ng marami, paano nga ba niya na-afford ang makapag-travel abroad?
It changes based on my needs. From volunteering to starting my companies. But content creation really helped me to work with tourism boards, get me sponsorship. It helped me at least 100 countries. If I don't have my blog, it would not be easy.
Sa mga goal na maikot din ang mundo, may tips si Catch.
You need to have travel insurance. You need to be very strategic with what's your goal. If you're working in corporate jobs na we only have 3 days off, 4 days off, kailangan maging strategic ka with the time. Third is, your network talaga is your net worth. If you wanna travel the world, you need people to be with you.
Ngayon, next goal niya ay maikot naman ng lahat ng probinsya sa Pilipinas at ipalaganap ang travel education through her websites and social media pages.
Congrats! Pero wag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan.
Oo. Pero yun naman daw ang
Pero
next
bitter
goal.
lang tayo.
Oo, bitter lang tayo
Bitter
kasi
lang
kulang
tayo.
pa. Kulang pa ang nababayaan.
Pero partner, content creation, yun pala yung sikreto. No?
Madami din akong kilala actually na kung wala man sila sa digital world, ang ginagawa nila is they enter mga restaurants, so they apply mga cook, ganyan.
Parang, eto, may isa akong alam na production company na gumagawa ng docu sila, no? Sabi nila na, tayo lang daw ang hinihintay ng mga embassies na ito. In terms of promotion, kasi lahat daw nakatingin sa Amerika lagi or sa yung mga kilalang bansa. Marami yung mga bansa na hindi kasi sikat, of course, let's say some parts of Europe, South America na willing
Correct.
na sagutin ang lahat ng biyahe ninyo.
Kaya nga malaking bagay yung online presence niya.
Yes.
Kasi 'di ba binanggit niya rin kanina na ang mangyayari is you can actually get sponsors if you work with certain departments or management na sabihin mo gagawa mo to ng isang buong production basta sagot nila lahat.
Yan. Kung ikaw kunyari, ano ang ipapromise mo na deliverables mo?
Deliverables ko?
Of course, maliban sa isi-savor mo yung kanilang local specialties.
Nako, ano ba? Ano ba mga pwede mong... It's gonna be as natural as possible. Walang pag-ano. Puro halakhak, ganon. Puro tawa. No, I don't know. Syempre may certain deliverables sila, but also you have to be true to yourself while making those contents kasi magta-translate yun through the camera.
Correct.
So mag-grow lang yung audience mo at mas ma-appreciate ka nila if na-feel nila na totoo yung mga sinasabi mo.
May kaibigan ako na photographer. Ang idea naman niya, lahat daw halos ng basketball courts sa iba-ibang bahagi ng mundo.
Ay, pupuntahan niya.
Kukunan niya. At yun ang niya, parang yung kanyang, kumbaga, promise sa mga tour groups, embassies. Kasi pwedeng hindi naman yung gobyerno ang sumagot ng biyaya mo, kundi let's say mga tourism boards.
Yes.
Mga organisasyon kasi yan na may mga libreng access sa plane, sa mga pagkain, sa mga hotel, ganyan. So, pwede mong gawin, mangako ka na, dadakdakan mo ang lahat ng mga basketball ring sa buong mundo na hindi football ang dominating sport. Anyway,
Na-practice na nga yung dunk na yan.
kaka-celebrate lang ng first anniversary ng Afternoon Delight. Tuloy ang ligaya kasama po ang segment na hindi na kailangan ng visa, hindi na kailangan ng passport, pero tatatak talaga, tak, sa iyong alaala. Ito na po ang I Saw the Signs. Partner, today's edition, yes po, dumarami na po ang Afternoon Delight viewers na nagpapadala ng entries nila sa I Saw the Signs na hindi si Elmo Cardenas.
Iba naman.
Si Magsi Alcantara.
Si Magsi Alcantara. Ito, mula to kay Jessie Ilagan. Nakalagay, hiring, boy or
Or
girl?
girl.
Na ano?
Oo. So, equal opportunity sa lahat ng genders.
Pero sana naka-ano rin kung for us what?
May language issue ba dito? Boy and girl ba dapat? Boy or...
Hindi, pwede niyang hiring, kahit ano pang gender mo, pwede ka mag-apply. Pero sana klaro rin kung anong ina-applyan mo.
Or, ito pa, isang issue pa. Kung boy ay batang man, kung girl ay batang woman, ibig sabihin ba may age ano ba ito? When does a boy stop becoming a boy? Oh boy.
Okay. Sige.
Ito naman, may harot talaga sa entry ni Afternoon Delight viewer, Celedonio Maglaya.
Okay. Nagpa-deliver ang girlfriend, ang GF, para sa BF niya with note, "This is me randomly showing my appreciation towards my boyfriend for his unwavering love since 2017 and for putting up with my attitude recently. For dinner niya po ito before duty niya, so please po, yung mainit-init like my love. Ang corny, I know. Ha 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 ha. And this may sound a little bit maharot, but please po, attach a simple note on the bag po. Please! Kaon daghan kay Kaonon patika. I love you.
Ay, alam mo ba translation nun? Kumain
Hindi.
ka ng marami dahil kakainin kita.
Buti na lang ikaw ang nagtuloy.
Wait, hindi ko na-gets. May inattach bang note ang Jollibee?
Ayan, yung note nasa kaliwa. Ay, yung haba nung hindi yan resibo, note
O yan
yan.
ba din yung sinabi niya? Ay, sinabi niya, pinrint out lang.
Oo, tapos tignan mo doon sa baba, nandun yung order.
O, kasi nga naman, busy yung crew. Di ba? Pero, gets ko, maraming ganyan mga food businesses na naglalagay sila ng personalized handwritten note sa mga umu-order.
Oo. Cute.
Para malaman nila na hindi makina yung nagpapadala ng pagkain nila.
Oo. At saka alam mo, magaling strategy din yan kasi yung mga nagpapadala ng note, nalalagay din yan sa social media pag nakikita nila na,
Correct.
na maano yung notes nila.
O, kaya mahalaga ang mga literature courses. No? Para ma-inspire tayo na may pinanggagalingan sa dakilang panitikan ang ating mga sinasabi.
Okay, next entry mula kay Afternoon Delight viewer Rainier Sagien, inspired by our food art themed I Saw the Signs kahapon.
Okay, hindi ko na-gets. Electric fan ba yan?
Hoy, hindi ako tumawad direct, ba't mo pline? Nagpigil ako.
Ano pa ito?
May egg.
Oh my God.
Ano ba yan? Dilis ba yan?
Dilis. Pero ano yung parang mga dahon-dahon doon sa gilid? Yung
Wala,
apat na
ano
blue.
lang yon, plate. Design ng plate. Okay.
Kasi naman Akala ko bahagi ng... Alam natin na parang part yan ng reproductive process.
Okay,
Pero
go.
sinira ng plate kasi.
Yung plate kasi. Okay, at makakalimutan ba naman natin ang masugid na viewer at photo sender natin na si Magsi Alcantara. Ang entry niya ay Banana Q RSTUVWXYMZ, yung napakahabang stick na yon.
Hindi ko na-gets.
Yung madami yun na sa stick. Okay, finally, may pa-quiz para sa atin si Afternoon Delight viewer Cesar Carino. Pili raw tayo ng 3 from the following choices.
Number 1, if you could pick only 3. Number 1, no bills. Number 2, perfect health until 95. Number 3, bring back one loved one. Okay, number 4, $25,000 a month
Ako,
for life.
papatulan ko yun.
Number 5, unlimited travel funds. Number 6, retire at age 45 with $10 million. Number 7, dream house and yacht paid for. Number 8, speak 10 languages fluently. Meron pa akong idadagdag.
Ano?
Smooth grammar sana.
May ganon.
Oh, good grammar.
Ako baka $25,000 for life. Speak 10 languages fluently.
Okay.
Yung isa yet to be decided.
Madaya dapat isa lang.
Tatlo sabi.
Oo nga, pero dapat isa lang. Tatlo medyo makakanong. Kung ako number 2.
Ay, hindi ko nakita.
Perfect health.
Perfect health. O baka yun din,
Kasi
perfect health.
paano ka makakabiyahe? At wala rin silbi ang pera mo kung lagi ka nagkakasakit. Bawal magkasakit.
Kasi may iba pa doon na parang enticing also. Anyway, that will have to do it for us this Thursday, January 16. Thanks for watching Afternoon Delight. I'm Denise Tang.
Happy anniversary pa rin sa atin. Isang linggo, isang buwan itong selebrasyon natin. So join us again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Ako po si Lourdes de Vera. Have a delightful afternoon.